look at our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. You see the height and the reach advantage in favor of the Albuquerque native. Both men undefeated, 38-0 combined record with 15 knockouts. The vacant WBO Junior Featherweight Championship of the World is on the line as we take a look at the rules for this championship affair. No 3 knockdown rule, no standing 8 count. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight, and the fight is official after 4 rounds have been completed. It is main event time here in Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. Leo and Williams for championship gold. And here, once again, is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mohegan Sun Arena here in Uncasville, Connecticut, Premier Boxing Champions presents the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Mayweather Promotions and TGB Promotions in association with Warriors Boxing, New World Sports and Entertainment, and Showtime. This world title attraction is sanctioned by the WBO, the president, Francisco Valcarcel, supervisor in attendance, John Duggan, along with the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulations, the chairman of the Mohegan Tribe, James Gessner, and executive director, Michael Mazzulli. Introducing our 3 judges scoring from ringside, from West Oneida, New York, Don Ackerman, from Avon, Connecticut, Glenn Feldman, and from Noank, Connecticut, Don Torella. Introducing our referee in charge of the action, we have Harvey Dock. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled for the vacant WBO Junior Featherweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the Mohegan Sun Arena, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, on my left, he is fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with multicolor trim, hailing from New Haven, Connecticut. He weighed in at 121½ pounds. His record, 19 wins, no losses, 1 no decision, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former highly decorated amateur star and current WBO number 6 ranked world junior featherweight contender, known as the Mighty Midget, introducing Tramaine Williams. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner in this world title attraction, wearing silver trunks with white and gold trim, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Albuquerque, New Mexico. He weighed in at an even 121 pounds, undefeated in his campaign in the ring. His record stands at 19 wins, no losses, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making his first attempt at a world title. Here is the undefeated WBO number 2 ranked junior featherweight contender, introducing the undefeated Angelo Leo. Once again, a referee in charge now to give instructions, Harvey Dock.
That's good. Trunks are good. Boxers, we went over the instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to you.
It is our main event of the evening between Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams. Leo, there is Williams, who is hoping to fulfill his pedigree and his extensive amateur career, where many felt that Williams was destined to become a world champion, or will Leo become the 6th fighter from New Mexico to become a world champion in boxing. Williams is a southpaw, meaning his power punch is his left hand. Angelo Leo is conventional. For Tramaine Williams, he said that this was a golden opportunity. He actually started sparring. He was supposed to fight the co-main event against Rais Salim, but got elevated to the main event on Wednesday. when Stephen Fulton from Philadelphia tested positive for COVID-19. Angelo Leo said, look, Tramaine Williams is a southpaw. I fought and have sparred with southpaws in the past. Things in boxing happen. He has a similar style like Fulton, but the difference between Williams and Fulton is that Williams is just a little bit, he's a southpaw, and that's it. That's the only difference he sees between the two. So for Tramaine Williams, an extensive amateur career, he originally was preparing for tonight's event in Houston, but he flew back to Connecticut to watch his son be born, and subsequently remained here in the Connecticut area training for his matchup. As we are at the halfway mark of round one, this one is scheduled for 12. Angelo Leo is known as a terrific body puncher. We saw him back at the end of December last year where he stopped Cesar Juarez in an eliminator fight. The straight left by Tramaine Williams. Leo trying to bend at the knees. There's a nice jab by Angelo Leo. You know, Floyd Money Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions are watching this intently. They would love to have another world champion in their stable. As Williams, straight left that connects. Referee in charge, Harvey Dock. Tramaine Williams has had layoffs of 20 months and 16 months. He's had some issues with the law, having been in jail some time ago. A left hook to the body by Angelo Leo. But Tramaine Williams reunited with Brian Clark, his amateur trainer, who said he's like a father figure to him. There's a nice shot by Tramaine Williams. His son was born on April 10th. Was Tramaine Williams, and he would love nothing more than to present this title to his son. As round one is drawn to a close. Listening to the corner of Angelo Leo, his father again.
How was the trip? Tramaine Williams, he responsible defensively. Sometimes he's good at slipping punches. Sometimes he leaves himself too open by only slipping.
Yep, we saw already.
Uppercut on the inside. He's got a terrific uppercut, and when he's inside with Leo, seconds out.
Brian Clark in the corner of Tramaine Williams couldn't necessarily make out exactly what they were saying, because Brian Clark kept himself very close to Tramaine Williams. Nice jab by Tramaine Williams. He caught Angelo Leo coming forward. And right now we're looking there, nice left hook to the body by Angelo Leo, right to the body by Tramaine Williams. If you're Angelo Leo, to be able to deal with a mover like Tramaine Williams, the focus should be to target the body so that they start to wear down and their legs, they start to get heavier legs, because when you're attacking the body, you're handling and affecting the breathing patterns of your opponent by attacking the body. It slows them down. There's a right to the body by Angelo Leo. A jab by Leo. Left hook to the body by the Albuquerque native.
Break! Stay off his head.
Angelo Leo, a young up-and-coming star. Tramaine Williams is hoping to bring some of that stardom upon his plate with the win over Angelo Leo and capture this world title. So they're fighting for the vacant WBO Junior Featherweight Championship. Emmanuel Navarrete held the title for several years, but then he's moving up to featherweight, which is why the title is vacant. Thus, insert Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams. Williams is a replacement for Stephen Fulton from Philadelphia. Fulton is an undefeated fighter, but Fulton tested positive for COVID-19, which is why Tramaine Williams is in this position. Harvey Dock trying to separate the two, but allowing them to fight out of the break. There's a jab by Angelo Leo as bends over. Now, when Tramaine Williams got announced as the substitute, Leo opened up as a slight favorite towards fight day here tonight. It is pretty much a pick-em fight according to the odds makers in Las Vegas. So there is quite a bit of financial support behind Tramaine Williams based on those who feel like Williams can defeat Angelo Leo. It is nearly a pick-em fight. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the second round with Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams. Williams known as the Mighty Midget. He stands 5'4" tall. Does Williams. Leo very mature, using his jab. Albuquerque, New Mexico, a rich fight city. In the home of Danny Romero, Johnny Tapia. And that ends.
Thank you. Here
the second round.
Still unbeaten Rais, the Beast, Aleem. Congratulations on the win. So you spent all camp.
There we go, as we now will listen.
Faced him in the past and beat him.
Oh, both combatants.
I'm tripping, I'm dropping stuff.
He seemed like he was shaking that right hand around the 7th. All right, so I'm sure.
Seconds out.
So the corners are being relatively tight-lipped as Miguel Leo, the father and the trainer of Angelo Leo, is almost whispering to his son, so could not necessarily make out what he was saying, and also couldn't make out what Brian Clark was saying. Maybe they might be able to hear the other corners, so it's a little bit of a chess match in there from the corner standpoint as well. Nonetheless, Angelo Leo, Tramaine Williams here in the third round. This one's scheduled for 12 for the vacant WBO Junior Featherweight Championship of the world. There's a right hand that connected for Leo, snapping back the head of Tramaine Williams. Tramaine Williams has that slick southpaw stance, having been compared to the late great Pernell Sweet Pete Whitaker. Angelo Leo has a lot of admiration for Roberto Duran. Anos de Pierda. Glad to see that Roberto Duran is doing okay. He actually had a battle with COVID-19. Was in the hospital, but thankfully is out of the hospital and doing well in his home of Panama. There's a straight left that snapped back the head of Angelo Leo. Under a minute has elapsed in this third round. If you're Angelo Leo, pick up the pressure and attack the body. Now some inside fighting between the two. Harvey Dock will separate them. Angelo Leo, good head movement as well as he tries to get on the inside of Tramaine Williams. Williams, very good footwork. He's intelligent. He had a stellar amateur career, over 97 victories as an amateur, just 10 defeats. We asked Tramaine Williams why he decided to reunite with Brian Clark. He said, Brian Clark is like a father figure to me. I wanted to go back to the basics. Jab comes out by Tramaine Williams. Williams is a southpaw, but he is a natural right-hander. But he loves fighting southpaw because it gives fighters difficulties, because southpaws are still a rare commodity amongst boxing. And what Angelo Leo said, he goes, it's all about, honestly, foot placement when it comes to dealing with the fighter who's conventional compared to dealing with the southpaw. Its footwork is what the most challenging aspect of fighting a southpaw is. So far, though, Leo seems to be passing the test. But Williams, he is a technician inside that ring. But he can't wait too much for his openings.
You're free.
Now they tie up once again.
Break!
Harvey Dock allowing them to fight out of the break.
Let him go. Good, let him go.
Final moments of the third round.
Keep him up,
between Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams.
Time!
It's a chess match inside the squared circle between these two.
Slow and deep. Slow and deep.
See if we can hear the corner. Tramaine Williams.
Alright. Yeah, you let him catch you. Alright. Drop on my distance. Well, I'm fine. But you're making most of it from the outside. Alright. You go inside the waist. Alright. You see? You're almost getting to start reaching. Alright, but you put a couple, you put your eye in a couple of
So I was able to make out a few things from Brian Clark. He said, don't let him catch you and make the most of it. For Angelo Leo in his corner, I could not hear anything. And you know what? It's interesting because this is a new era for professional sports right now because of COVID-19. No fans in the arena, so only essential personnel, and not even, I don't even think a DJ, barely a DJ here playing the walkout music. They don't even play music in between rounds. So the corners are being extra careful and whispering to their fighters on both ends. So would love to be able to tell you what they're saying, but we will do our best. Nonetheless, here in the fourth round, this one's scheduled for 12. The WBO Junior Featherweight Championship of the World is on the line. Ray Flores here, honored to be with all of you. Hope every one of you are safe and sound in spite of COVID-19, the worldwide pandemic. But great to see Leo and Williams inside the ring, fighting at a high level. Tied up now. Harvey Dock will likely separate them, and there you take a look at the numbers, virtually identical when it comes to total punches landed on both parts from both fighters. Right hand by Leo. Leo looks to be the bigger physically of the two. You see his biceps are bulging for Leo, and he has worked on adding some muscle to his frame. He looked good in his last fight against Cesar Juarez, but boy, does he look in outstanding physical shape as Angelo Leo. He looks absolutely shredded. Jab for Angelo Leo. And Leo, constant pressure. Curious to see if he's going to target the body a little bit more here in this fourth round as we have 75 seconds remaining in the fourth stanza.
You're free. You're free. Break. Good. Watch your holding, Wade.
Jab by Angelo Leo, under a minute remaining here in the fourth. Couple of jabs by Angelo Leo, but if you're Tramaine Williams, he has to get busy. Leo continues to advance forward.
You're free.
Rights to the body by Angelo Leo.
Keep him up, Williams. Keep him up. You're free.
Right hand to the body by Angelo Leo.
Good. Your hands are free.
And some inside fighting. Leo is more active and aggressive. Harvey Dock letting them fight out of the break. A couple of shots there by Tramaine Williams at close distance. Final moments of the fourth round between Angelo Leo, Tramaine Williams. The action is picking up here from Mohegan Sun Casino. And taking a look at some of this inside work between Leo and Williams. Leo throwing to the body, and you see they are both exchanging close distance. Leo with that left hook, a left hook to the body by Tramaine Williams. But Leo throwing a lot more than Williams.
Seconds out.
Angelo Leo turned pro at age 18. Coming off of a win, 11-round stoppage at the end of December against Cesar Juarez. He said that that fight gave him newfound confidence. Not everyone can take out Juarez like how I did. And round 5, this one is scheduled for 12. Both men are fighting for the vacant WBO Jr Featherweight Championship, vacated by Emmanuel Navarrete. And there's a left hook to the body by Angelo Leo, followed by a right cross and connected. Jab by Angelo Leo, who is continuing to be aggressive, and Williams unloaded a straight left that was missed by the New Haven, Connecticut native. 45 seconds have come off the clock here in the 5th round. Left hook to the body by Angelo Leo.
Right now.
Jab by Angelo Leo. This is fought more at a deliberate pace that I think favors Tramaine Williams. For Angelo Leo, you want to be able to start to throw more punches as he's done in the previous rounds, but make it more of an offensive fight compared to a slow, methodical fight that I think favors more the technical boxer in Tramaine Williams. Angelo Leo has underrated boxing skill, but Tramaine Williams, his amateur background is really, he has a decorated amateur background, having won many national titles here in the United States from an amateur's perspective. There have been a lot of people who feel that Williams has unfulfilled potential because run-ins with the law and not having his head correct, which is why he has been his own worst enemy, according to those who have watched his career blossom. Although he's still undefeated, Harvey Dock will separate the two. For Angelo Leo, though, here's a kid who turned pro at 18, moved to Las Vegas back in 2017, trying to get signed. Went into the Mayweather Boxing Club, sparred with several guys, caught the attention of Floyd Mayweather, was there for several months, and then signed to Floyd Mayweather in November of 2017. And since that time, he has been on a trajectory upward as Angelo Leo from Albuquerque. 40 seconds remaining here in the 5th round between Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams.
No, Leo.
Jab by Angelo Leo. Leo moving forward. Good head movement.
Keep up.
Final moments of the 5th round between Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams. A right hand that missed Williams.
Stop
That
your
is
holding.
the end
Watch your
of
holding.
the 5th. Harvey Dock warning both about stopping the holding. And let's take a, earlier today you saw the crew working on the ring, disinfecting the ring after every fight. They go in and wipe down the ropes with disinfectant along with the canvas as well, as the world continues to deal with COVID-19, this worldwide pandemic. I hope all of you and your families are doing okay watching tonight. It has been a difficult half year for all of us around the world, and hope all of you are okay, and everyone is doing well. And now we get into the 6th round. This one is scheduled for 12. This is for the Junior Featherweight Championship of the world. Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams, whose undefeated record will go by the wayside and who will become a world champion here tonight and fulfill a lifelong prophecy. Leo immediately crowding, attacking the body of Tramaine Williams. Unloading combination of the body, now letting their hands go. Short punches, Williams trying to hold on to the arms of Angelo Leo. Both men just loading upon one another. Very close distance fight right now at the moment. Trying to let their hands free, but Harvey Dock allowing them to fight out of the break. Good body work by Angelo Leo. A sharp left hand that connected upon the chin of Leo by Williams. Minute has elapsed here in the 6th round.
Hands are free, good.
Left hook to the body by Angelo Leo. It is so quiet here at Mohegan Sun that you can literally hear the photographer, Amanda Westcott, that is going ahead and snapping pictures. So that is what you are hearing. That click sound that you are hearing is the photographer at ringside taking photos of this matchup. So literally, essential personnel only allowed in the venue. That is how quiet it is. A sharp contrast from what we have been used to before the coronavirus pandemic. 70 seconds remaining here in the 6th round.
Stop. Give me time.
Between Leo and Williams.
You all right? Over here. You all right? Okay, give me a second, give me a second. Yep.
Shot below
Keep
the
him up.
belt.
Keep him up. All right?
Harvey Dock telling Angelo Leo to keep his punches up.
What do you need?
Tramaine Williams taking some time. I mean, you're giving up to 5 minutes. A low blow. It's not easy to deal with. Trust me.
That was the 2nd time that round. Keep him up. That's 5th time.
Harvey Dock warning Angelo Leo. He goes, that's the 2nd time in this 6th round. Keep him up. You figure one more shot below the belt and he might deduct a point, and that could be huge.
Time in, box.
To the scorecards. Now we resume with action here as we are approaching a minute to go in the 6th round. Angelo Leo, Tramaine Williams battling here at Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino in Uncasville, Connecticut. Jab followed by a straight left by Tramaine Williams. Got to give credit to Harvey Dock for allowing the guys to fight out of the break. Not inserting himself in the fight. Body work inside from Angelo Leo, but also throwing back is Tramaine Williams. Tramaine Williams, a sharp right hand that connected on the top of the head of Angelo Leo, but Leo goes right back to work on the body of Tramaine Williams. Throwing sharp little right hands to the midsection of Tramaine Williams. Final moments of the 6th round between Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams.
That was low. That was low. Keep him up, Williams.
And we are halfway home of this World Championship affair. We'll go back and visit some of the body work from Angelo Leo. There's a nice left on the belt line of Leo by Tramaine Williams. A left to the body by Leo. And Leo trying to keep his distance, pounding away on the body and answering upstairs to Tramaine Williams. A left hook to the body by Angelo Leo. Let's take a look at this low blow and boom. A little bit of below the belt line, but slightly, depending on where your cup placement is, though, it very well could have affected Tramaine Williams in a negative way. So the cup placement, and you know, and it certainly does. You don't want to get hit down there below the belt. It's not fun. Round 7. This one's scheduled for 12. As we are in the second half of the fight now. Round 7, this one is scheduled for 12. Very curious to see how the judges have it. Just from my perspective, I'm not scoring every round, but it would appear as if Angelo Leo is more aggressive and is getting the better of the exchanges. But again, I am not a qualified world-renowned judge like how we have here tonight. Round 7. As Angelo Leo pounded away upon Tramaine Williams. Williams lowering his head. He got clipped with a couple of right crosses from Angelo Leo from Albuquerque. And Harvey Dock will step between the two.
Stop.
Straight left by Tramaine Williams. But if you're Tramaine Williams, look at total body shots landed. 35 for Angelo Leo, just 4 for Tramaine Williams. So Tramaine Williams has got to do something significant in the second half of the fight. Good body work by Angelo Leo. Double left hook to the body, to the right side of the body of Tramaine Williams.
Great.
Tramaine Williams is difficult aesthetically to fight because of how smart he is inside the ring and wants to make it a close distance fight, does Tramaine Williams. And he wraps up Angelo Leo and they start to fight on the inside. And many times they're fighting with just one hand free. Combination that connected by Angelo Leo.
Watch your holding, Williams. Watch your holding.
And they will separate the 275 seconds remaining here in the 7th round. Good body work by Angelo Leo once again. He's starting to pick up his work rate, unloading and letting his hands go more here in the 7th.
Keep him up, Williams. Keep him up.
Angelo Leo aiming to become the 6th fighter from New Mexico to become a world champion in boxing. Under a minute remaining here in this 7th round.
You're free. Your hands are free.
Good left hook to the body by Angelo Leo. Leo continues to apply the pressure. Left hook to the body, Williams looking to come forward.
Go, man. Go.
Leo moving forward, throwing the punches to the body towards Tramaine Williams. Williams needs to get more busy.
Time!
And that ends the 7th round.
You gotta bring it on. Good shit. Get on his ass. You can stop this guy. Good. What round is it? What round is it? What round is this for? How was 5 shots? How was 5 shots are too much for me.
Thank you.
All right? Come on, baby. Come on. We have work. Give me yours. Okay, but take it outside. Bang, bang, bang. Inside. You're doing fine.
Seconds out. Seconds out.
Coming up on this, our 8th round, scheduled for 12, Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams. You heard the corner. The one thing we did here is Miguel Leo was asking what round was it. I mean, they are so focused and dialed into this matchup, they don't even know what round it is. But Angelo Leo is really bringing it to Tramaine Williams and trying to grab this title, this vacant title here tonight, and become a world champion. Total jabs, higher connect percentage for Williams compared to that of Leo. Leo only 11%. They are both throwing at about the same amount when it comes to their jabs. But the body work has seemed to be the difference in this matchup. Left hook to the body by Angelo Leo. Right upstairs by Leo. Right hook to the body. This has been a very impressive performance, in my opinion, by Angelo Leo, because he's fighting a guy and a right hand that snapped back the head of Tramaine Williams. He's fighting a guy on 3 days' notice that he was supposed to fight a conventional fighter that was a mover. Instead, he fought a southpaw. And so far, Leo is passing the test. The right uppercut that connected at close distance. Leo's power punches are starting to land cleaner and more effectively here in the middle portion of this matchup. Left hook to the body by Angelo Leo.
Let him go, Williams. Good.
There's a right that found its destination for Leo. Good left hook to the body by Leo. And a right hand backing up Tramaine Williams. Angelo Leo is taking it to Tramaine Williams here in the 8th round. A left hook to the body, 2 left hooks to the body. That certainly caught the attention of Tramaine Williams. Angelo Leo looks very sharp and crisp here tonight, and he's getting better as the fight progresses. Angelo Leo said, I'm going to paint a Picasso-like painting inside the ring tonight. Well, in the second half of the fight so far, he is correct on his prognostication. Final moments of the 8th round between Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams. Leo starting to seize control of this matchup. On to round 9.
Glass is on. Put him on.
Deep breath.
This is 9. Seconds out. Seconds out.
For Angelo Leo, his body attack, as we take a look at this relentless body work by Angelo Leo. That left hook, oh my goodness, you know that Williams is going to feel that in the morning on the right side of the body. And I'm curious because Williams hasn't necessarily made the necessary adjustments in order to be able to try to turn things around. This is a golden opportunity for both, but Williams was originally in an eliminator fight, and now he's in the main event fighting for this vacant world title. He's got to be able to do something in order to turn things around as Leo continues to be relentless in his pursuit of Tramaine Williams. And it's that body work that is starting to take effect and make it more conducive for Leo to land power punches. Williams uses his jab, steps right around and wants to be in the center of the ring. A jab for Leo. Also what I'm impressed by Angelo Leo is his head movement. He has slight head movements and good. He comes in not in a straight line. He comes in at angles and moves around very well, but still maintains his balance. That's not easy to do as a prize fighter, especially against a mover, as someone who is as slick as Tramaine Williams. But Leo has been able to find success in that regard. And again, Angelo Leo, in the lead up to this fight, when we spoke to him on Thursday, he said, look, the only difference between Tramaine Williams and Stephen Fulton is that Williams is a southpaw, and it's all about foot placement. And so far, Angelo Leo, at 26 years of age, has been unfazed by the southpaw and the ring IQ of Tramaine Williams, and instead is going to work with his body attack. That took to the body that connected by Leo. And the head movement, those feints that are playing a significant factor. I would even start to say that Leo is starting to bully Tramaine Williams around. You can tell that there is a big size disparity in regards to both fighters. Under a minute to go here in the 9th. There's a right hand that sprayed Tramaine Williams.
Watch your hold, Williams. We're free. Good.
Final 20+ seconds to go in this 9th round. Angelo Leo, who has been in control of this matchup against Tramaine Williams. Leo trying to become the 6th fighter from New Mexico to become a world champion in boxing. And that ends the 9th round. Listen to the corner,
You guys 3 more rounds of this. Dreams of the title. I'm gonna have to take a nap right now. Alright? So you have to keep fit. Okay? And you're gonna fire 1-1. Fire 1-2, move your head. Fire 1-2, move your feet. Alright? Please. You didn't try to decide this guy's. I told you before. I showed you this guy's body type is fish. And you're drawn into it. You play it again. Alright? It's doable, but these guys are all loving him. Alright?
Okay, let's go. This is 10.
Coming
This is
up
10.
on round 10. Round 10, this one is scheduled for 12. Angelo Leo
Let him go.
and Tramaine Williams fighting for the vacant Junior Featherweight Championship of the world. Leo from Albuquerque, Tramaine Williams from New Haven, Connecticut. Leo also spent some time sparring with Rais Aleem in preparation for this fight. Rais Aleem was originally a substitute, but then got the call on 2 weeks' notice to fight the co-main event. The left hook to the body by Angelo Leo. Again, the body attack is starting to pay dividends against Tramaine Williams. And Leo is starting, because, in my opinion, he's the bigger man, he's putting his body on Tramaine Williams and making him work even that much more. Williams just landed a nice left uppercut, though, at close distance. Left hook to the body by Angelo Leo.
Let him go. Let him go.
More body work by Leo. Leo with a left hook partially grazed Tramaine Williams. It is straight up aggression that you are seeing from Angelo Leo that he is imploring here tonight. Who wants it more? As we are just over the halfway mark of the 10th round. Both men with identical records, 19-0. Leo with the higher knockout percentage compared to that of Williams. He has 3 more knockouts than that of Tramaine Williams. And look at that combination by Angelo Leo. Leo is really sitting down in his punches and emptying out his tank. He sends a right hand down the middle, partially blocked by Tramaine Williams.
Let him go, Williams. Good.
Under a minute left here in the 10th.
Keep him up, Williams. Stop. Stop.
Work on the inside by Angelo Leo again. And even
right?
as you
right?
are redocked,
Time.
shot below the
Time.
belt.
Go, stay there. Let me know when you're
So
ready.
now Leo will have to take some time to gather himself.
Keep him up. You ready? Time in, Bucks.
So it's happened to both men. Earlier in the fight, Tramaine Williams had to take some time to gather himself, shot below the belt. Not intentional though, same thing with Leo now here in the 10th. Back to work goes Leo. Unloading, body shots, a nice right cross that found its mark for the Albuquerque native.
Time!
To the championship rounds we go. We will go back and revisit the low blow that happened from Tramaine Williams to Angelo Leo, and Oop. Oh, yeah, that is well below the belt line and south of the border. Ooh, that hurts. I feel for him. And taking a look at it again in slow-mo. Ooh, it's even more painful in slow motion. Yikes. I'm surprised. I am surprised that Leo took such a short amount of time. I think around the world we're all wincing and grimacing. We're here at Mohegan Sun Casino in Uncasville, Connecticut. Great to be with all of you. Ray Flores.
Seconds out.
Wonderful to be back, as we will be back here in 2 weeks with David Benavidez in our main event of the evening. Super middleweight standout world champion is David Benavidez. Benavidez of Mexican descent, as is Angelo Leo. And Leo has been fighting very much like a Mexican prize fighter, attacking the body. That seems to be one of the calling cards for Mexican fighters throughout boxing history. And Leo is a shining example of that here tonight against Tramaine Williams. But can Tramaine Williams turn things around? I think Leo is starting to build upon his lead, but who knows? The judges may have it scored otherwise. As Leo.
Let him go. Watch your hold.
Close distance. If you're Tramaine Williams, I'm surprised that Tramaine Williams doesn't unload a like left uppercut or a right uppercut, because Leo's coming forward, puts his head down, charges forward. I'm surprised that Williams doesn't take a half step back and then throw an uppercut. It might find its mark for Tramaine Williams, the New Haven, Connecticut product. He's a new father, is Tramaine Williams. His son was born back on April 10th. He actually named him 11. So Tramaine Williams was sparring during the pandemic in Houston, came up here to Connecticut to finish off his training, and has been here ever since. So
don't push off like
pressure orientated here in this matchup, as we are just over the halfway point of the 11th round.
Keep him up, Leo. Break.
Left hook to the body is Angelo Leo. Terrific to be back calling fights for all of you. We thank you so much for sticking with us. And we have a fun end of the summer and early fall plan when it comes to Premier Boxing Champions. Plenty of entertaining fights coming your way. This one has been entertaining, and for Angelo Leo, he's enjoyed himself in there. Left hook to the body by Leo. More body work by the 26-year-old from New Mexico. A right hand snapping up the head by Tramaine Williams. And again, constant pressure by Angelo Leo as we are in the final 30 seconds of the 11th round. There's a left that got through. Two left hands for Tramaine Williams. I may even say that that's probably his two best punches of the fight. Missing with the wild left hand was Leo. And that ends the 11th. One more round to go in this World Championship matchup. There's a straight left by Tramaine Williams. Another one. I would say that those are probably his two best punches of the fight.
This last one, we're gonna touch that.
And Stephen Fulton Jr. likely will get the winner of this matchup. Fulton, who is resting comfortably. He is in quarantine after testing positive for COVID-19. Fulton from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Fulton undefeated. Fulton will no doubt, I know that he is watching this one intently and cannot wait for the winner of this matchup. Both men said, hey, look, if he wants it,
come on, we're gonna touch up. This last round, we're gonna touch up.
We'll give him a world title shot.
Last round, just touch him up, touch him up. Back to your corner.
12th and final round here between Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams. Both men are undefeated. Both men fighting for the vacant WBO Jr Featherweight Championship of the world. Who will make that final impression upon the judges. Will Tramaine Williams be able to turn things around, or will Angelo Leo continue in his success of attacking the body and pressuring Tramaine Williams here in this World Championship main event here in Uncasville, Connecticut? Thank you all so much for joining us wherever you are around the world. Hope you're all safe and sound during this pandemic. And Leo continues to pound away upon Tramaine Williams. I'm surprised that Williams hasn't maintained his distance, but he's wanted to be able to fight on the inside. Williams has professed that he can fight outside or inside. He has elected to fight on the inside against Angelo Leo. Leo, though the bigger man, snaps the jab that connected for him. Good left hook to the body by
Don't push off, don't push off,
Leo. 100 seconds remaining in our main event. A right hand that connected, snapping back the head of Tramaine Williams.
Keep my win.
The halfway mark. More action from Angelo Leo. Leo with the double left hook to the body. And he connects with the sharp left hook, but Williams answered back with the right of his own. Left hook and more pressure coming by way of the 26-year-old in Angelo Leo. Under a minute to go here in this 12th and final round between Angelo Leo and Tramaine Williams. A right hand connecting for Leo. Williams trying to attack the body. A left hook by Angelo Leo. Harvey Doc warning about leading with the elbow. Right into the body by, or upstairs by Angelo Leo. Telling Angelo Leo to keep up the pressure. He's not throwing anything. Final moments of this Junior Featherweight Championship main event. Who is going to grab and take home the vacant title? That is it. They both touch gloves, but likely, from my standpoint, Angelo Leo should get the decision. They're both exhausted, breathing heavy, but my goodness, did they put in quite a bit of work here in our main event. Danny Milano putting a towel upon the head of Angelo Leo, and there is Brian Clark with Tramaine Williams. So will New Mexico get their 6th world champion in boxing, or will New Haven, Connecticut have another world champion following in the footsteps of Bad Chad Dawson? Will it be that man, Tramaine Williams, taking home the gold? Taking off the gloves. Thought for Tramaine Williams, he elected to fight on the inside a little bit too much, whereas Angelo Leo is impressed with his head movement, his ability to get on the inside with the jab and the body work. And there you saw the New Haven, Connecticut product, the mighty midget himself, Tramaine Williams, against Angelo Leo from Albuquerque. We revisit the action. The junior featherweights provide plenty of fast and furious action. Leo, good body work. That was a shot below the belt. That's when Tramaine Williams had to take some time to gather himself, and there you saw, right on the belt line. And then right back to work when Angelo Leo to focus in on the body. And now, as we go ahead and take a look at more of the action.
Go to the scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals.
And here is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Don Ackerman sees the bout 117 to 111. Glenn Feldman and Don Trella both agree, scoring the bout 118 to 110. All three in favor of the winner, still undefeated, and now the new WBO Junior Featherweight Champion of the world, Angelo Chinito Leo.
Yeah.
So Albuquerque, you have a new world champion, and his name is Angelo Leo. He becomes the 6th fighter from New Mexico to become a world champion in boxing. What a performance. The first world champion from Albuquerque since the late great Johnny Tapia. What a performance by Angelo Leo to get the victory as he goes ahead and joins the likes of Bob Foster, Johnny Tapia, Danny Romero, Holly Holm, and Austin Trout to become the 6th fighter from New Mexico to become a world champion. Here are the score totals: 117, 111, and 118, 110 from Feldman and Trella. What a performance by Angelo Leo as he realizes a lifelong dream. And Leo said, following this matchup, if he's successful, he has no problem giving a world title shot to one Stephen Fulton. What a performance, an excellent performance from Angelo Leo.